Good Friday, everybody. It's March 11th. It's really cold out here. The cold front came in. I hope everybody's doing good on this Friday. Today I'll be making dinner for my husband and myself. Since it's Lent, we're going to be making shrimp scampi, fried shrimp with tartar sauce, baked potatoes, and a salad. Okay, so right now I'm going to get started with the baked potatoes. All right, we got the potatoes right here. And then we're gonna wrap them and put a bit of olive oil, which is right here. I got gloves on, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on my hand, on my glove, and get them nice and coated. So what's everybody got planned for this weekend? Anything good? Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of kosher salt. Let me get that napkin. Yeah, so it can be crispy on the outside and nice and tender on the inside. So this is what I got. This kosher salt. I think it gives it, instead of regular salt, well, you can use whatever you want, but it gives it a nice crunch on the outside. So there you go. You got the potatoes ready to go. I'm gonna wrap them in foil. I'm gonna go ahead and put a whole stick of butter. I'm gonna put it in the oven to melt with the olive oil, which is right here. So I'll put that in the oven so it can melt. And it's perfect timing because I got the potatoes in the oven, so it's already preheated. Okay, then I'm gonna get about 4 cloves. All right. So we're gonna mince the garlic. Happy Friday to everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Bienvenidos, and everybody having fun for this weekend. Any plans? Going out of town? Wedding? Something, right? Gotta be productive and active. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Every day you gotta live it to the fullest. Be happy. Be around people who love you and adore you. Love the cold. Love it, love it, love it. A lot. Now, if I lived in Minnesota, that'd be a different story. Because we went to Minnesota for so many years and we were migrant farm workers. Yeah. We used to do, let's see, sunflower, sugar beets. That was the main one, sugar beets. And when we worked out there in the fields as a migrant farm worker, it was pretty cool because I wore shorts and some high boots. And it was never hot. There was never any rocks. I didn't see any snakes at all. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, here's the deal. We're dicing it. All right, I'm back. Here's the finished product. The pepper flakes, the dill, the garlic for sure. Gotta have the garlic. It ain't the same if you don't put garlic. The garlic, instead of cutting it with a knife, you just go back and forth, and I love that. I'll pay money for that, yeah. Like my grandmother used to say, you get what you pay for. She would always tell me that. My grandma Irenia, she would say, lo bueno cuesta, mija, lo bueno cuesta. Yeah, she's right about that. God rest her soul. I miss her. Let me get the butter from here. Look at that, guys. It is nice. It melted nice. Stir this. That looks nice. And that Kerrygold butter, Irish butter, this right here, It's the best. I haven't tried it on popcorn yet. I plan to. Okay. Now we're going to add the shrimp. This is my husband's favorite, shrimp scampi. Because every time we go somewhere, like, it can be Red Lobsters or Papados or somewhere, that's the first thing he orders. Aside from oysters. He loves raw oysters. Well, I can't eat oysters or lobster. I'm allergic to certain seafood. Lobster for sure, tilapia. I can eat tuna fish. I can eat shrimp, flounder, stuff like that. But yeah, crab meat. What is the other one? It starts with an S. Jeez, what is it called? Not salmon. I love salmon. I can eat salmon. That has not caused a problem. And then we're gonna add this. Here we go. Come into the bath. The shrimp wants you to come together, become delicious at the end. Alright, I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper. Okay, a little bit of garlic salt. I should go buy some because, ooh, that thing's hot. I forgot it was hot. That thing is hot. Okay. Yeah, my husband's gonna eat good tonight. Yep. Okay, so then what I do is I put it in the oven. Put it in the oven, and then maybe I should put more lemon, right? Let me put it, I got some more lemon right here. You can use whatever you want. You might not want to add lemon, but I like mine with lemon and pepper flakes, and then you add it, you serve it with salad or with crusty bread, like French bread or something yummy. Okay, now I'm gonna put it back in the oven and let it cook for like 15 minutes. Okay, here we go. I'm using, you can put chicken, you can put shrimp. I don't know about beef, but I like this one. What's today? Okay, better be good. I got this, the Asian shop kit. So we're having the salad. So all I'm gonna do is pour this in here. There we go. And right before dinner, what I'll do, so it won't be soggy, I'll just add a little bit of, I'll add a little bit of pepper, but I won't add the remainder of the stuff until the end. I like that because it's convenient and it's easy, and voila. 1, 2, 3. And it's got the dressing. It's got the little, it's got green and red cabbage, carrots, green leaf lettuce, sesame sticks, chow mein noodles, cilantro, green onions, almonds with Asian style dressing. Perfect. Perfect for the Lent, right? Perfect for a Friday. No meat. I'm one of those people it's hard to eat without meat because I like meat. I mean, I think I was deprived. As a matter of fact, I know I was. We didn't have much meat back in the day. We had a lot of beans. Beans and black beans. You know, now that I think about it, to touch base with something back in the day, I remember that when I went to school, in the kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, we went to the little country school here. I mean, at the time it was like population 300, I don't know. It was very, very small. We had to walk to school, guys. Walk. There was no bus. There was no cafeteria in the school. There was no nurses station. There was no... It was just regular school. And you walked home for lunch. You had to be back at 12. And then I would get home and what would we have? Beans. And I remember one day I got upset. I said, Mom, we always have beans. And she just hit me in the head with something. And she said, ay, muchacha, estás increíble. Gracias a Dios que estás comiendo frijoles. Es mejor que nada. And I'm like, oh. So I'm thinking to this day, that's why I am the way I am. Because I got to have a meat. I don't care if it's the steak of Mexicanos, bologna. I don't care if it's a weenie. I don't care if it's spam or sausage or chicken or... I better have a meat. That's all I'm going to say. And I can't function without meat. Nope. Now, some people can. My husband can. Well, good. Hi, husband. How you doing? You made it home. Love you.
Hello.
Anyway, so I was telling them about school back in my day,
I hear you.
which was 65 through 65, 65, 67, 68, and that we had to eat beans. And now it's like you turn... And they made fun of us. I hate to say that, but people made fun of us if they saw us eating a taco with beans or egg or just eating a taco, period. It was like a big no. Like, oh no, you're looked at as, you're labeled. And as a Tejana, I'm proud of it, of Mexican. My grandparents were from Mexico. My grandmother was. And my grandmother... From my dad's side, she was Spaniard. Grandfather was Native American. I just don't know if he was... We're the Southwest, Southeast, so I don't know if he was Comanche, Cherokee. But I know he was something. That I do know. So, I love my grandpa. I adore him. But I have a picture of him. I got to show you the picture. He looks pure Native. If anybody can comment, once I pull out that picture and tell me what you think... what tribe he belongs to, because I'm trying to find out some information too. I need to look at his birth certificate. Maybe it's listed on his birth certificate. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I've got my pickle. Okay, guys, we're back. Next thing we're going to prepare is going to be the homemade tartar sauce. Because I'm also making, fried shrimp. And I can tell you right now, that's going to be the bomb because my husband, whoo. Husband, you like my cooking? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Just, He's supposed to say, yes. Like, hell yeah. It's the bomb.
You read my comments.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got Duke's mayonnaise. You can use any kind of mayonnaise. I just had Duke's. I like Duke's. I love Duke's and Blue Plate. Okay, let me put... There's some more in here. Okay, let me put this in the sink, and I'll be right back. All right, now we're going to put some pickle. And I have pickle here because I like pickle, but I don't love pickle. My husband, he loves pickles. I can live without him. I gotta like really crave it. The only time I like it is with a hamburger or popcorn. Some people can eat it alone. I can't do that. No, thank you. Anyway, I guess because it's too sour. Oh, but yeah, if you've tried a homemade pickle, like from the kind that people can, once you taste that, you don't want to go back to store-bought pickles. I can tell you that. But I don't know how to can pickles. I want to learn. The only thing that makes me nervous why I haven't done is because of the you have to, I guess, pressure cook them or something, and I'm scared of pressure cookers. I've seen where a friend of mine's husband got burned on his chest, and I'm like, oh no, I'll pass. We got some greens, onion, or scallion, whatever you want to call it. So I'm adding 2 little stalks, and then we're gonna add pepper, And I cut them all the way down to the end. And just dispose the little ends, and you're done. So two's enough. If it's just for 2 people, but if you want more, of course you can add more. Okay, there we go. Here goes the onion. Pepper. I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon juice. I would put dill, but I already have dill in my, there we go. And then we mix it up. What else do we put on tartar sauce, husband? I just put onion and pickles. That's it. You can use white onion, you can use yellow onion. Whatever you have in this house is, as a matter of fact, I think I'll add another onion, maybe 2, yeah. So anyway, how does everybody feel about, let me talk about something. Today's topic is, yesterday I went to town because I had to run some errands and pay some bills online. But anyway, I had to run some errands. And I told my husband, I'm going to stop and put gas. Because I don't like to put gas. I'll let him do it. But he spoils me. But anyway, if I can avoid putting gas, I will. But when I have to put gas, like, oh my Lord. Like it's on the E and I panic because if it's on the E, and I usually never have it on the E, and my husband says, you'll make it to Austin and back. I'm like, really? I have my best friend. Her name's Danette. So, hey, Danette. She's from Puerto Rico, Boricua. She's my BFF. And she says, because she calls me Mom. She goes, Mom, you don't need that much gas to go to Austin. I'm like, girl, no. I'm not going to Austin. I better have a full tank. Let's get that straight. Oh, no. I don't take chances. Like, you better have a full tank if you're going to go to Austin. But she seems convinced that you just need a little bit of gas to get to Austin. I don't think so. And have you been to Austin? It's so huge. I get paranoid. Anyway, because I have a fear of heights and bridges and stuff. But anyway, to get back to my original question, my original topic is, I had to go put gas. So I go and I stop and put gas at Murphy's. And it was, I always put the mid-grade, right? Well, guess what? Anna didn't put no mid-grade. Why? The mid-grade was $4.39. $4.39. I don't think so. Well, my husband would say different. He would say, you better put the mid-grade because it takes care of the car and all this kind of stuff. Well, I didn't feel like it. And I have a little Jeep Patriot. It's a V6, right, husband? And it takes just $20 to fill up the tank. $20. Keep in mind. Well, guess what happened yesterday? It didn't fill up my tank. Guess how much it gave me? $25. Keep in mind, at $3.98 a gallon. I barely got half a tank, barely. So when my husband got home, I was telling him, I said, "You don't believe what happened." And he said, "Why didn't you just fill up the tank?" I said, "Yeah." And it was gonna be $50. It's like me driving a pickup truck like yours. I don't think so. I guess because I have this thing, call it OCD, ADHD, because I have all that. But anyway, I have this fear, not fear, in the back of my mind, lo que es sufrir, sometimes to be hungry and not have any money, and it was hard. When my mom died, I was 20 years old. It was hard. And now that's what I call a dark time in my life. It was hard for all of my brothers and sisters because we were all in our own place, and we didn't know, and we just survived. We were on survival mode, just survive. And I quit college to work because I had to. So, plus I had a daughter. You know, she was 2.5, and I never waste anything. I try not to be wasteful because I feel blessed that I have it, and then I feel guilt if I do throw things away. So if I don't need it, I usually give it to somebody else, or yeah, just but the price of gas, the price of groceries. Well, let's just say it, people. The way things are right now, everything's high, high, sky high. So yeah, if you can get something on sale or stock up, as I do, you have to. That's yummy, husband. That is yummy. Let me get this so you can taste it. Here you go. Just get it with your finger because I'll put it in the sink. He makes me do it for him, like, really, dude? There's my homemade tartar sauce. Okay, now I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna put this in the sink, put the things up, the onion and all that. And then we'll get started on, guess what? Fried shrimp. Yum. Okay, guys, when you're, since I'm waiting for the oil to get hot for the fried shrimp, I added the dressing already. And I'm gonna add the wontons and this little sesame seed thing. They're good. The salad. And that salad is ready to go. We're gonna put that to the side because we're gonna eat it after the shrimp's ready. All right, now here's the stuff for the shrimp. I put about 1.5 cups of cornmeal, the yellow cornmeal, a little bit of flour, and then I put 1 egg and a cup of milk because I didn't have buttermilk, but I put lemon juice. That'll make it thicker. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of lemon pepper. I hate when it gets hard like that, but anyway, lemon pepper right here. The adobo cilantro lime seasoning. I also added seasoned salt and a little bit of pepper, and that's it. And then we're gonna dip that in there. As you can see, the oil should be hot already. See, I put it. Whenever you question the oil if it's hot enough, I always throw a piece of bread. So it's almost there. Okay? If you can see this. Once it's toasty and brown, that means it's ready. Alright. It's almost there, but not quite. Okay, now I'm going to do dip the shrimp. And I left the shrimp with the shell on because I like it like that. And I should have put a glove on, but that's okay. Let me mix that up a little bit. There we go. We do this every Friday for Lent if we don't go out to eat for dinner. And honestly, guys, on Fridays, it's so hectic, the traffic, and I don't like it. So if I can stay home, I will stay home. Okay. And while we're talking, the shrimp scampi is ready. So I turned it off. The baked potatoes are ready. And we're gonna dip these beautiful shrimp in the fried oil. Hot oil, that is. There we go. Isn't that pretty? That means when you hear it like that, and when they float to the top, that's it. You don't need that long shrimp. You don't want it to be rubbery. You want it to be nice and fresh. And you get this one ready. the rest of it in here. Okay. Put that over here in the sink. And you don't want to crowd it either. You just want it one batch at a time. Now, I have a story to tell you. It's a true story. I think I was about 12 or 8. Yeah, about 12. I remember my grandfather, he loved fishing here in the Mortal River. And he loved it. And he never had fancy, he never owned fancy, what do you call that? Fishing rod. He used one of those bamboo ones. That I do remember. So, let me put this in napkins. He would bring his bucket and he had his worms and everything ready to go. And I remember one day, it was like in the summertime. He said he was going to go fishing, but at night. I don't know why at night, but he went at night. Like he would spend the night over there. So he invited his sons, and one of them was my dad. So of course I wanted to tag along. Me and my oldest brother that I remember. I don't know if anybody else went. So we went to and keep in mind the river's just about a block away from my house. We went to that bridge over here, and he had his lawn chair and a bucket, and my dad had his beer, and his brothers, a couple of brothers, and I remember I was out there playing. You know, I was just trying to keep busy, minding my own business. They were having bro time, or what you call it, man time. And see, there's the bread. So now I'm gonna take out the bread because that's no good. And I remember that they were fishing, and I was just sitting there. And by that time, it was after, I think it was close to 12:30 midnight or something. My mom gave me permission to go, so that was nice because it was on a Saturday. Anyway, and I'm sitting there playing with my brother was playing with a yo-yo, I think. I was just sitting there. And so everything's quiet, and you can hear like the frogs, you can hear like little noises in the trees, like the little animals, like chicharras, that's what they call it. Anyway, and my grandpa says, now keep in mind he had 2 of those bamboo fishing things. And so next thing you know, it starts getting windy and thundering, lightning, but then it kind of slows down. My grandpa says, "Eso no es bueno." And I said, "What do you mean, Grandpa? Ahí viene la llorona." Now keep in mind, in this part of in Texas, in this state, Mexican-American culture believes in the llorona, that it does exist. Apparently it's about this lady born, I don't know, in the, I think 1700s or 1600s, because I wrote a paper on it I wrote a paper on it as a final grade for my graduation from Texas State University. So hey, Texas State Bobcats, I'm a loyal alumni. Anyway, so I was doing a paper on it in the history notes. Turns out the girl had a relationship with this young man. And this young man, according to my research, he came from a very well-to-do family, wealthy family, and she was not. So what happened? During that time, she got pregnant, and he said he was going to marry her. Well, she gave birth He said just to wait, that he's going to marry her. And she gives birth to another child. Next thing you know, she's like scrambling on how to feed her children. She had no income, she had nothing. And she depended on him. And he would come in the middle of the night and feed her and stuff. But then she got wind of a newspaper article that posted that the father for children was going to marry a prominent girl, upper class. So that night, she was distraught. She just felt like it was the end of the world. Next thing you know, she takes her kids down to the playa, or the, whatever you want to call it, and she drowns them. Next thing you know, she throws herself in the river or ocean, I don't remember what it was. And she, for centuries down the road, the story is that La Llorona was a real person, and she is looking for her children. And that night, I go back to the fishing trip because my grandpa, we heard a wailing. I heard a wailing. I heard it was like a cry, but a scream at the same time, like, ooh, it sounded, to this day, I'm talking about it, it sends chills up my spine, and my grandpa goes, vámonos, vámonos. And Dad goes, my dad goes, pues déjame agarrar las cosas, para irnos. No, vámonos ahorita, porque viene la Llorona y los niños están aquí. No quiero que se los lleve. And in our culture, this is what my grandmother said, that if we weren't baptized, that the Llorona would take us. So anyway, our soul, right? So my grandfather's scrambling, and I was sitting right next to him, and he had his fishing rod, the bamboo fishing rod in his hand. He had two of them. Somebody used the other one. And the two fishing rods and the bucket of worms were on the other side of the river. How did that happen? That to this day is unexplainable. My grandpa shook his head and he said he was never going to talk about it. And he didn't. But it stayed with me because when we have gatherings, I asked my brother, Hector, do you remember that night that we went fishing with Grandpa and Daddy and Theo's? And he told me, he goes, yeah, I remember that his fishing rods, he couldn't get them back. They were on the other side of the river. I said, heck yeah, hell yeah, man, shoot. But back, I didn't know, but now I know the story. About the cucuy, about the Llorona, la lechuza, that too. And they still exist to this day. Because I've sat outside and you hear them. On my neighbor's property, you hear them, and I'm like, oh, just don't come into my property. Oh, this is God's house. You're not invited here. So anyway, my grandfather didn't have an explanation for it. But when I brought it up to him 2 years later, I was already 14 years old. He said, no sé qué hablas tú. No sé de qué hablas tú. Y no estés hablando de eso porque van a decir que estás loca. Grandpa, come on now. Well, back then, you didn't talk about stuff like that. But now that it's all out in the open, because they made a movie about the Llorona, can you believe it? And my grandkids wanted to see it. I don't know if they saw it or not, but I said, that's a true story, because it happened to me for real. Not only that one time, it happened another time. And by that time, I was 14 years old. And my parents were going to go to the dance that night, and they left us with a babysitter. And guess what? The babysitter's house was a few yards from the river. And what happened? It was spring, April flowers, spring, May flowers. It was spring. It was pouring rain that day. I'll never forget it. And we spent the night there. I think we spent the night there. I don't know. It was so long ago. But anyway, I know she was our babysitter. And the mother says, close the curtain, because I heard wailing coming. I heard it too. And next thing you know, it's getting closer and closer and closer, and I'm like, Oh, what is that? Oh my Lord. And I told my brother, yo, let's come to get us. He goes, she can't get us. I said, okay, all right. Shoot, you know what we did? We hid under the bed. Yeah, we hid, and we could barely hide under there. It's not those fancy beds. It's one of those spring beds. And I'm like, I looked through the window. My biggest mistake that I looked through the window. Because I was being nosy Rosie, like my granddaughter says sometimes. She's being a nosy Rosie. But anyway, yeah. I looked like this, through the window like this. And I saw something. I saw a black outfit, like a veil over her head. I didn't see her face. But she was floating on the road. She wasn't walking, she was floating. But she had a foot of a horse. One foot was a horse. The other one was like a claw of a chicken. And it's like she knew, because my brother came to the window and he looked, and I'm like, I closed it real quick, and she came through here, through this callejon, this road right here where I live, right through there. Oh, you gotta keep in mind, we weren't here at the house, we were over here with the neighbor, with the babysitter. And she was screaming all through the town. I hope I never see her again. Keep going, girl. Stay in the water. Go far away, that way. Now that's a true story. I live to see it. It always happens to me though. Since I was a child, I always see things. My grandmother always said I had a gift. So, yeah. But anyway, back on the fishing trip, my grandfather never took me again. Never. That was the first and last time. But he went by himself or with his sons or something, but he never invited us. He would say, no, está muy peligroso para la niña. I said, okay, well, I miss Grandpa. But anyway, here it is. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Shrimp scampi. Ooh, husband. You're gonna eat good today. And here's the plates. There you go. I'm gonna put this over here because we can use that for this. All right. It's almost ready. Are you ready to eat, husband?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you came at the perfect timing. You didn't have to assist. Well, yeah, you are assisting.
I always do.
I know. Thank you, sweetheart. Anyway, there it is. Let me get the tartar sauce. Can't have fish without tartar sauce. And a spoon. There we go. Salad, tartar sauce, baked potato is ready. That sucker is hot. I'm gonna put it right here, okay? And here's the other baked potato. Let me get the butter. Do you want chives or anything, or just butter?
Just butter.
Sour cream?
Sure.
Alright, here's this butter. Let me get the sour cream. Sour cream it is.
Want me to turn it off?
No, not yet. They gotta taste it. Whatever, we gotta taste it. Let me take this. There you go, guys. Look at this. Isn't this yummy? Look at this shrimp. It looks crispy. Perfect. I'm so proud when I cook because I love to cook for people. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'll be back in a minute, guys. Once this is done, we'll show you the finished product. Hey, guys, I'm back. Look at my plate. Here's the salad. That Asian salad is good. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? And then, so I got sourdough bread to sop up the juice Let me try this one. Let me try. You can taste the garlic, the butter, the spice. My God, that's so good. Okay, my baked potato, because I like chives and sour cream on mine. Last but not least, let's not forget the homemade tartar sauce, shrimp, fried shrimp. Look at that. Let's see. Is it crunchy? Delicioso. Okay, guys. I'm gonna let you go. Bendiciones. Have a positive day. Great evening. Love y'all. Adios.